see
I want to be sure because 7 years for a divorce is a long time. I'll never get divorced, and I only do one thing in life once. If it doesn't work out, I don't go back for a second. So I've got to feel, and they're right, we've got to do it right. Yeah.
Exxon mà đấy.
I told you, Beth, fix that camera in your face.
Exxon mình hả?
Let's have the AC on.
Nakari na magbuhol sa una.
Wala. First time na mo diri.
First time niyo diri?
Oo, ako ra igsoon naman siya sawa ari. Sa Pituko.
Dito sa may Dubai dapit.
Shah, what are you doing over there? You're supposed to be
Ako
over here.
ikaw na put sa kuan tubigon.
Day pagsuwap ko numong duha day. I told siya to swap. They go, you know.
We probably held hands all night, literally, till you went home. Then we got a cab at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
We went and picked you up.
Yeah.
Then we went to the port.
Yeah.
And it was really hot on that boat. And we held hands all that time, and it was all sweat. Well, I said it's been 9 years coming up. I didn't want her running away, so I wouldn't let her hand go. And the scenery is amazing. You know, yeah, the culture is, it's not a shock because I love rural. This is amazing. Don't like the city. Yeah. And the 7-Elevens in Cebu are more expensive than in Perth buying the food. They're more expensive. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. So they must be owned by foreigners and run by the locals, which is not fair because the locals are not being paid their worth. There's a word for that. Taking advantage, of people.
So what's happening in Australia? What?
Well, we finally got clearance to travel. Still a couple of restrictions over east is it Melbourne?
You're still in lockdown there?
No, we're not in lockdown now, but some places, if they suddenly get some high cases, then they start restricting people back to masks. Yeah, but at the moment we're out of lockdown. And unfortunately Melbourne is the worst in Australia now.
Yeah.
The suicide rate in the last 2 years has been through the roof.
Yeah.
And actually old people, I don't know how many, but old people have been found passed away in their house through lockdown because they couldn't go and buy food and they were weak and they found people dying.
And giving up.
And you can't sue the government, and yet they were forced into lockdown. So I'm sorry, I have to say the government murdered those people. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, I would agree.
If this was the 1800s, it would have been a coup. Yeah. And I did get some side effects from those needles. That's why I was hesitant for 2 years. The first needle I had headaches. The second needle I had severe chronic spine pain in between the shoulder blades, and I had trouble breathing. The pain was in the bone. The third needle, for about 4 or 5 weeks, and I tried to work through it, I had severe arthritis in my right elbow, right up through my shoulder, and I had pain in the back of my neck after, and also unfortunately it comes and goes. There's a word for it. This in the morning. My hands go red and I'm scratching, I'm itching. I never had that before. There's a word for it. It's brought on this thing where my hands itch in the morning, and I've got to go like that for about 10 minutes to warm them up because they're itching like, But luckily I'm hoping I've got no organ damage. But those, I'm sorry, the needles, and people got the COVID. Like, seriously, I've known people that, and even they've had 2 or 3 shots, and they've actually got COVID from the needle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't figure. Because they're not tested.
More.
We're guinea pigs. Yeah.
Did you have to have a needle, Cha?